Hello, Senior One. I hope you are fine. Our lesson today is about Mendel law. In Mendel 3, we studied Mendel first law, or who is Mendel. First of all, this is a revision for Mendel 3. The first part of this video is a revision. Mendel, he's a scientist, studied the transfer of trait or character from generation to another. Okay, he divided genes into dominant and recessive genes. Okay, in first Mendel law, we studied that we have dominant trait and recessive trait. If we make a fertilization or crossing between dominant and recessive, we will find that the first generation 100% of it will be dominant character or dominant trait. Okay, but if we study the second generation, we will find that the dominant is 3 to 1 recessive. So the percent between dominant and recessive is 3 to 1. Okay? Here we have an example to study the transfer or the transfer of trait from a generation to another according to Mendel law. تمام. If we make a fertilization between purple flower, pure purple flower, and we know that purple is dominant over white flower, so we will make a fertilization between purple flower, the genotype of it R capital, and white flower recessive, the genotype is R small. The gametes in case of purple color will be R capital, and the gametes in case of white flowers will be R small. Then we make a fertilization. The first generation will be purple flower, but with genotype R capital, R small. What is the difference between R capital and R capital and R capital and R small? The difference is, in case of R capital, this is a dominant trait, pure dominant trait. But R capital, R small, it is a dominant trait, but it is hypered. What's meaning of hypered? It's make it is R capital or small, not pure. Okay. يبقى قلنا the first generation according to Mendel law it will be 100% dominant trait اللي هي purple flower. Then we make another fertilization between purple flower, but this time is hypered, and another one purple, and it is also hypered. Okay, the gametes will be R capital, R small, R capital, R small. We make the crossing or fertilization, we will find that the second generation 3 purple to 1 white. Okay, 3 dominant to 1 recessive, but this 3 dominant has the same genotype? Of course not. The 3 are purple have the same phenotype, but genotype we have R capital and R capital R small, but the 3 are purple flower dominant and 1 white recessive. So as we see here, we have the purple flower R capital, pure dominant, The white are small, recessive, and it is always pure. The hypered one, purple are capital, are small, it's called hypered dominant. Okay? There is no hyper recessive. Recessive is always pure. Okay? If we have another example, تمام, to Mendel second law, okay, the transfer of two pair of characters, the seed color and the shape character in bee plant. Okay, here we have a fertilization between yellow and smooth seed and green winkled seeds. We must know that yellow dominant over green and smooth dominant over wrinkled. The first generation, according to Mendel law, will be 100% dominant trait. That's meaning yellow and smooth. Then we studied in Mendel the second generation 3 to 1, 3 dominant to 1 recessive. But here we have two characters transferred together, so the second generation will be 9 yellow and smooth, 3 yellow and wrinkled, 3 green and smooth, and 1 green and wrinkled. So the percent will be 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. The dominant and recessive trait in bee, like flowers, color of flower, purple, dominant over white, the seed, yellow, dominant over green, the shape, smooth over wrinkled shape. Okay, this is our lesson today. I hope you understand it, and thank you very much.